Okay, we are live. Hi,
Hello.
how are you? Welcome.
Thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Heart of the Spectrum, the podcast where every voice matters, every story inspires, and every journey deserves to be heard. I'm your host, Monique J. Bass. Today's guest came across my timeline during a beautiful viral moment, a moment that truly touched my heart and a lot of people's hearts. A moment where her mother in law spoke so proudly about her, sharing how grateful she was to have her in their lives and calling her the glue that holds the family together. It was genuine, heartfelt, and one of those rare moments that reminds us how powerful love, appreciation, and family really are. As I continued to follow her story, I discovered there was so much more behind that beautiful moment. She is also an autism mom navigating the journey of advocacy, unconditional love, and support for her child. And beyond that, she is also a breast cancer survivor, a woman whose strength, resilience, and faith continue to inspire everyone around her. Here at Heart of the Spectrum, we believe in sharing real stories that connect people through healing, hope, awareness, and understanding. Stories that remind families they are not alone. So, whether you're joining us live or catching the replay later, thank you for being here. And please subscribe to the Heart of the Spectrum YouTube channel and share this, share this conversation and help us continue building a community where every voice is heard and every story matters. Now let's welcome the beautiful and inspiring Miranda Baisden to the Heart of the Spectrum. Did I say that properly?
Yes, that was so beautiful. That intro. I'm like, that's me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're having a lot of beautiful moments. So tell us about yourself and everything you juggle as a mom, a wife, a survivor,
Yeah.
and an entrepreneur. So let us, give us a
Yeah.
little
I'm just
insight.
I'm Miranda, and I just love in life. And I'm a family person. I love my family, and I love finances, and I love entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I love the Lord.
Hey, that's number one, right?
Yeah.
So you have how many children?
I have 4 children. I have one girl and 3 boys.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how old are they?
My oldest daughter, well, my only daughter, she's 21. And then my 3 sons, I have Christian, who is 13, Caleb, who is 9, and then Kobe, who is 4. And he is the one that has autism.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So that viral moment with your mother-in-law
Mhm.
touched so many people online. What did that moment mean to you personally?
Well, the whole day. um, well, let me tell you, because it meant a whole lot, but there was a lot going on that led up to that moment. And so my friends had planned a surprise for me, and I
Mm-hmm.
was told that I was going. They said, wear pink and we have a surprise for you, pretty much. So I said, okay. And so one of my friends, she always has like themes and stuff. So I'm like, okay, like this is just another thing. So I
Yeah.
put on the pink, and I had my daughter take me to this surprise. I'm thinking that we're going out to brunch.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was I got out the car at the beginning of the neighborhood, and I'm like, what are we doing here? And so we started walking, and then some friends showed up on the corner, and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
we have a survivor, it's her hour. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. And everybody had on pink. And I
Mm-hmm.
was so surprised. And they had these signs that said like breast cancer survivor and all this stuff. I was like, oh my goodness. And then we kept walking, and it was more friends that surprised me. And then it was
Oh,
more friends that surprised me along the way. So they wanted me to know that I never will walk alone through that
oh,
through that journey. Yeah. And
that's
so when we got to the house, there was this brunch set up for
mm-hmm.
me And at that, when my mother-in-law spoke, so basically people were taking time to speak. And when she spoke those words, I was just, it was just so beautiful. It was
Did
just
she ever express that to you before, or
all the time.
she does it all the time?
All
Okay.
the time. She's like, I'm just so thankful for you. I'm just so thankful for my grandkids all the time. And I'm just like, you don't have to thank me. But
Right.
now I see it's because it's like my everyday life. But now I'm seeing just through that viral moment how uncommon it really is. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
truly blessed to have her in my life. Like she comes over here every day. She helps out with the family. Like she's amazing.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. So
Yeah.
when she called you the glue of the family, how did
Hmm.
that make you feel, like hearing those words out loud in front of everyone?
Yeah. How did it make me feel? The thing is, like, she tells me all the time. So I wasn't really surprised to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But for her to say it in front of everybody,
Mm-hmm.
it meant a lot.
And then you're sitting there, and are you looking at the other women's reaction to it while she's saying it? Like,
I'm just looking at her. So my daughter is the one that was filming
okay.
that moment, and I'm just looking at her, and I'm crying
And
because
then you had the whole room
right,
crying.
just because everything that led up to that moment. So
Yeah.
I was just I was just crying. I was overwhelmed and overjoyed with love in that
Yeah.
moment. And
That's
she spoke from such a pure place.
yes, I could tell.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what has motherhood taught you about strength and unconditional love?
Hmm. Strength and unconditional love. You're always going to have it, the unconditional love for your children. You know, you want to be somebody that they can rely on and somebody that they can talk to.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's taught me not to judge so much. And then also on those days where we have challenges, you have to lean on the Lord for your strength.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about Kobe, your baby. Like when did you first realize just that he might be on the autism spectrum?
Mm, my husband noticed first because he had this bouncer that he would be in, and he would just be bouncing, 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 bouncing. And this is our fourth child, so he would say like, something's something's different. Like I don't think he's supposed to be bouncing that hard. Like that was like one of the first indicators because he was really young. And now looking back, I think he was stimming.
Right.
But
And
I
what
was
age was that?
that was probably like 7 months, 7, 8 months, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like he was bouncing, and then there were some other things that he was doing. Like it just seemed like he was a little bit behind.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had him evaluated by it was Maryland Infants and Toddlers because we when we took him to his checkup, it might have been like 9 month checkup or something like that. You know, they give you those checklists and they say, is he doing this? Is he doing that? And some of the things I was saying, no, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. And then the Maryland Infants and Toddlers came to our home and they assessed him and they were like, he does have a developmental delay, but you know it could turn around. It's too early to say if he's has autism or anything like that.
Were you searching for autism at that point? Like, is that the first thought that came to your mind? Like, what is this?
I wouldn't say it's the first thought, but I get a little curious and just start looking things up. And
Mm-hmm.
so I did kind of think like, it could be, or it could just be a developmental delay. And I
Right.
was really hoping for that one because I didn't want to be so quick to diagnose.
Right.
Yeah.
And usually there's an age, right? Like it used to be, I heard like you can't really diagnose them to a certain until a
Hmm.
certain age. What age is that around?
I don't know.
Like 3 or 4 or something like 3. I think.
Well, I think you can get diagnosed as early as 2, but I wanted to hold off on the diagnosis because when you start searching for things online, you learn that there's a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it was so much information on why you should get them diagnosed, why you shouldn't get them diagnosed.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I ended up doing was I started receiving the services because once he went back again, um, he had another assessment done. So let me rewind. When they identified that there was a delay,
Yes.
they came back maybe at maybe like 18 months, or maybe a little bit before, but he was 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was able to get into some of the programs offered by the state.
Okay.
And so he was still getting the services, but he didn't have the diagnosis yet. But as I started to learn more about autism, I wanted a diagnosis because once he was with the state, I kind of and started doing the programs. I noticed like, yeah, based on what I know now, he probably is on the spectrum. And I wanted the diagnosis so that I can open up more services for him. So he
Yeah.
ended up getting that at 3. So that was last year.
Last year, he's 4 now.
He's 4 now.
And
Yeah.
he is adorable.
Thank you.
Yes. So what was that journey like emotionally? You I see that you were going through the process, but
Mhm.
internally, what were you feeling?
I still feel it. Fear sometimes. Fear of the unknown.
Fear the unknown.
Fear of the unknown, I would say, uh, hits me hard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I take it day to day, just
Yeah.
day by day, because you really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got the diagnosis, like official, because I already knew, but I did cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people that are just meeting me, that follow you or your friends, I am also a paraprofessional. I'm a teacher's assistant. So for the past year and a half, I work with autism babies. They're like age 5 and 6. And I grew such a love for them and an understanding for them, you know, um, working with them daily. Like I work with 6 kids daily, verbal, nonverbal, high functioning, low functioning. And it's like, wow, like you really have to learn them and understand them, and once you do, you just have such a um an appreciation for them because you know they're just amazing, like amazingly smart, when you get to know them.
Yeah.
And that's why I started Heart of the Spectrum, because of working with them. And I'm new into the community, and I'm learning, and I want other people to learn just the way I did, and become, like they say, it's awareness and acceptance, get to know them. Like, what has an autism, like being an autism mom, taught you about patience and advocacy?
It's taught me everything about patience because you really have to slow down and you can't compare him to anybody else.
Right.
And so that has been challenging too because I don't do it so much anymore, but I'm like, dang, at this age, he's supposed to be doing this, and this, and he's not even close. I don't do that anymore. Like the time has taught me to slow down, love him for him, and focus on what he needs today
Right.
and to do everything that I can to support him.
Right. Right. One day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things that you wish people understood more about autism families?
Hmm. Um, it's
Because
probably
like when you're not in the community or in the world, you know, yourself, you weren't in it before you had Kobe. So
yeah.
once you're in it, what do you think like people should understand more like about autism families?
I think that it's harder than you would think. You don't really know until you're in it because from the outside looking in, I know people who have children on the spectrum. I never really thought about it, like what they might be going through. I just didn't have that sense of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people should maybe take the time to educate themselves, to learn. Um, I had a situation where I was taking Kobe on a date,
Mm-hmm.
and we were at like it was IHOP, and he was having a meltdown, and I was overwhelmed. And sometimes on his shirt, I put this button on there that says, "Please be patient with me. I have autism." And I was sitting at the table, and I didn't know what to do. I was just like, hopefully he'll calm down. I was kind of feeling embarrassed. But anyway, a woman, she came over and sat with us, and she had this big iPad, and she put it down in front of him, was like, "You want to play with this?" And just started talking to him, distracted him, and he started looking at the iPad,
Mm-hmm.
and it calmed him down. And I thought that that was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So
So
does she work with autism kids?
I don't know. She just sat it down, talked to us for a second, and left the iPad at the table and went and sat back down at her table.
That sounds like she works with them because we think teachers we do this all day every day for 6 hours
Mm-hmm.
straight. So and we got six kids in the room. So you quick on your feet with thinking like, okay, how am I going to redirect this meltdown?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess when you're in that to me sounded like she deals with this every day and
Yeah.
jumps right in. Like that's really dope. I
Yeah,
love
it was cool, and this was a while ago. So,
that. Uh-huh.
and I still consider myself new in the community. So I
Mhm.
really like now I kind of have like some tools and things to try.
Yeah.
So when he did that, I was like, wow, like I, I shed a little tear. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that is so
So is
cute.
he verbal or nonverbal?
He's nonverbal at this time.
Does he have a device?
He does have a device, but he does not like using it. So we are working with him on that.
Yeah. So yeah, you have to be consistent and
Hmm.
you have to do it every day, you know?
Every day. Yep.
I know we're used to like, when they want me to open something naturally, you just open it. But
Hmm.
as parents or as teachers, you gotta be like, no, what do you need? And point back to the pad. Tell me what you need. You show them the button, and you have to stop yourself
From doing it.
from just doing it. Like
Yes,
you have to say, so it's a process.
yes, yes.
So how do you help your son feel supported, confident, and understood?
Well, I slow down and just I talk to him all day, every day. I spend time with him. Like if he's jumping around, I'll jump around with him. If he's stimming, sometimes he'll be like doing this on the floor. I'll get next to him and do it. Like
Oh,
I really want him to feel seen,
yes,
but also his siblings too.
yes.
So he plays with them. Um, my daughter, she's a Zumba instructor,
Mm-hmm.
so she dances with him.
Oh,
He's in therapy every day, and then we try to do some of the things that they do at therapy. We take those things and do them at home.
good.
Um, I support him, especially right now. We're working with a holistic doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and so we are working on his diet and trying to just we had some stool and urine samples so that we can see into his system and see into his gut and to see what's going on. And
Mm-hmm.
so this is I'm stepping into a completely different journey of support, but honestly, I'll do anything to support him.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So you had another beautiful moment with the little boy who has ADHD that wanted a hug from your son. Like, tell us a little bit about that. Was so beautiful also.
Yeah, so we were at my son Caleb, he's 9, we were at his track practice. And normally while he's having his track practice, I put Kobe in a stroller and just push him around.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves it. So, and it keeps him calm. And so I was walking past their practice, like doing my little circle, and I took a break. And then he just came over to Kobe, and he asked me about my shirt because I had on a shirt that said Proud Autism Family.
Mm-hmm.
And my son Caleb is actually the designer of the shirt, but we can talk about that shortly.
Okay.
So he asked me about my shirt, and he was like, "Is that does he have autism?" And I said, "Yes." And he was like, I have ADHD." And I was like, "Oh," and he ended up giving Kobe a hug. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, "Oh my goodness." And then he was like, "Does he know how to hug?" I don't know why he asked that, because he already gave him the hug, but I was like, "Yeah, he does." And then he gave him another hug. And I was just like, "Oh my goodness.
That's
That is
beautiful.
so that is so beautiful," because I never thought, like, when I have proud autism family, like this collection of t-shirts that my son Caleb designed,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think about the impact. Like I more so think about what would be helpful to me if I were to see somebody with that.
Right.
So I guess I'm unconsciously thinking about awareness,
Yeah.
but
And it's a conversation starter.
yeah.
You know, it allows people to say like, okay, she's in the community, I can talk about
Mhm.
it with her.
Yeah.
What's one of the proudest moments as an autism mom that you have had so far?
Hmm. One of the proudest moments will be when he tries a new food.
That has to be, because I hear so many moms
Yeah.
that they're stuck on one thing, chicken nuggets or French fries.
Yes, a few weeks ago he tried the sweet potatoes. Finally, because I don't know what it is, but he used to eat a variety of foods. And then somewhere along the way, he got really, really picky. And so I try to like reintroduce these foods that he used to eat, but he just will not. He will not do it. But I reintroduced those sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
And so he did that.
So
And
how do you do that? Because one of the moms, or a lot of moms, but one particular, because this little girl I love to death for class, she only eats like French fries and pretzels, and her grandma is always like, how do I do it? How do you you put the food in front of them, but they
Mhm.
don't. So what suggestions do you have for moms that are going
So
through that?
we eat at the dinner table as a family pretty often. And so in my mind, I'm thinking if he sees everybody else eating this food, because he's curious. So he
Yeah.
spends a lot of time just looking and observing everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how so for this particular one, that's how I did it. And I do it all the time, but he's looking at everybody else. And then I'll say, "You want to try this?" And a lot of times he'll, say no, or he'll push it away. But I think
Mm-hmm.
him seeing everybody else at some point, he was like, "Okay, I'll try it." And he
Right.
did, and he enjoyed it. So
So it's just a matter of, I guess, being consistent,
mhm.
of pushing a different food in front of them and to see.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's really no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah, well, his center, they do offer like feeding therapy to
Hmm.
help with that. He hasn't
Okay.
gone to that yet, but I know that is the service that is offered.
Okay, so that's good to know. Some parents may not know that there's feeding
Yeah,
therapy out there. That's good. What
yeah.
challenges do autism moms face that people don't always see behind the scenes?
Mm, for me, I would
Hmm.
say like I think burnout.
Hmm.
I think burnout is very real,
Yeah.
because for me, just taking him back and forth to, the different therapies and stuff, but then on an emotional level,
Hmm.
because when he's having like an episode,
Yeah.
there's really nothing that you can do. Sometimes, like you can
Right.
try all the squeezes and all the the chulery, like you can try all the things, and sometimes you just
You gotta let it play out.
you got to let it play out, and you don't really know if they're nonverbal what's wrong, what triggered it. Like you can't
Hmm.
always identify it, and it can be exhausting.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. What's your take on the puzzle piece and the infinity symbol? What's your take on it?
um I really don't have an opinion. Like I don't mind the puzzle piece. for me, it's the most widely recognized symbol
Mhm.
of autism. And I think the infinity piece is kind of new, but
Yeah.
I'm really not sure. But
So
to me,
you're open to both.
I'm open to both. I really just started seeing the infinity piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what advice would you give a parent who just received an autism diagnosis for their child?
I would say just take a step back and give yourself some time to process it
Mhm.
and do your own research because nobody knows your child better than you. So, pay close attention to your child, pray over everything, every decision, and just have faith that it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Colby, what type of child would you say he is, his personality?
Very playful. He's very playful. He's very happy.
Mhm.
He has a very calm spirit. So,
Mhm.
like, for him, like, my favorite thing to do with him is just take him in the car and like ride with me
Mhm.
because he just sits there. He just takes in everything. Even in the grocery store, you just sit him in the cart and he
Mhm.
just looks around and he loves it. So
Oh,
he's very affectionate.
yeah.
So he loves to give hugs. Sometimes you can get a kiss. Um, but yeah, he has a beautiful spirit. I love him so
Oh.
much.
What's he doing now?
What is he's downstairs with dad right now.
Okay.
So I
Mommy
don't
gets a break.
know. Yeah, they might be playing basketball or something. Who knows?
Yeah. And so you say you try a lot of holistic stuff with him?
So I haven't really tried a lot of holistic stuff.
Mhm.
I have done the sea moss, so I make him sea moss smoothies.
Mhm.
And so we make the sea moss here, the sea moss gel, and then we put like fruits and vegetables into the smoothie. So that's how he gets his fruits and vegetables. And then there are like a few supplements I'll add, like black seed oil, but I don't do too much.
Mhm.
But I heard that that's really, really good for the gut. But that's why we are transitioning like to working with a holistic doctor because I was like, I do want to help him and support him, but I want to know exactly what I'm doing. I don't want to just look and say, oh, I researched this and I heard that it's good for him. Okay,
Mhm.
well, how much can you give him? Because even like as a breast cancer survivor, like we're supposed to be doing things to try to prevent it. And so, like one of the things that I do is I drink soursop tea.
Mhm.
And because I heard that's one of the natural ways to prevent breast cancer. But then I also saw that you're not supposed to drink it every single day because it can have some negative benefits if you have too much of it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why with him, I'm like, I want to make sure that I'm supporting him the best that I can. I want to work with doctors who can, like, they know exactly what to prescribe him on a holistic level.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. So I do what I can on my own, but it's important for me to like really know what I'm doing. And so the other thing that I do too, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's holistic, but I do try to cook from scratch as much as possible. So that
Okay. That's
so
that
that
Southern hospitality, baby. He's down
it
in
wasn't
Maryland.
always like that. Yeah, it wasn't always like that. But I
Uh-huh.
definitely want to know everything that's in his food. And
Yeah.
so one of the doctors, he said that he wants us to work on being gluten free, casein free, and we have been struggling with that because he knows
I
the
heard about
difference.
the gluten.
Yeah, yeah, he knows the difference. So yeah, that holistic thing is it's a process, but we're gonna get through it.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful that you're trying every way possible, you know what I mean, to help him. And doing your research, people need to do research, and take everything with a grain of salt. Even breast cancer. So you spoke about breast cancer. I'm a breast cancer survivor too. I'm 5 years in remission. Uh,
Congratulations.
thank you. So let's talk a little bit about your breast cancer journey. How did you discover something was wrong?
A regularly scheduled mammogram, no signs, no symptoms.
Wow.
Yeah,
And what stage was it?
stage 0. So thank God for early detection.
There you go.
Yeah,
I keep telling people early detection
yeah.
is people want to ignore it. People want to skip their annual because what people don't realize is that you can go. I hate the age thing, that 40-year-old. Like I think that you should go earlier because cancer doesn't discriminate. You can get it in your 20s. You can get it in your 30s, but you can go 1 year and you're good, and then the following year you can go and they'll discover something. You know,
Mhm.
and that's what I learned because I started at 40 and I
Mhm.
was good all the way up to 47. So in my mind, I'm thinking like it's not in my family. I'm not. That's never gonna happen.
Right, right.
I don't smoke. Like it. It was far from my mind, and I just thought that I was always gonna be good. Like I'll go every year because that's what they say to do. Go every year, but I'm always gonna be good. So at 47, when it changed, I was like, oh, and I felt mine. I didn't discover it
Okay.
through a mammogram. I did a self exam and
Mhm.
I felt a lump that I've never felt before. And then after that, I had 3 biopsies and they were all benign. But the lump kept growing. I went through it in 2020 and I had her take it out. I advocated for myself and
Mhm.
I said, take it out. Once she took it out, she said, oh my goodness, what we were watching was benign, but there was a small mass behind the lump
Oh
that was
wow.
developing cancer. So I guess when they did the biopsy, the needle wasn't going all the way to the back.
Right. Wow.
And that's why I was getting, like no, benign. I'm like, no, something's wrong. Like take it out. And that's
Yeah.
and as I say, when I say advocate for yourself, if you listen to them and say, oh, we'll keep an eye on it, we'll keep watching it. If I would have kept doing that and doing that, it could have been stage 4.
Right.
But I listened to my body and seen that the lump was growing and I knew something was wrong. So
Mhm.
it's okay to tell doctors like, no, we need to do something else, you know?
Mhm.
So what was going through your mind when you received that diagnosis?
It's over. It is over for me. Um, I was devastated. I really was, and if I, yeah, I'm still trying to process it because even though I've gone through it, it's still surreal. Like it didn't happen, but I know it did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, when I received that diagnosis, I was just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that this is happening to me. Why? Like I'm drinking my sea moss, you know.
Were you drinking the sea moss before the diagnosis?
Yeah. That we've been doing that regularly. My mom used to live with me. She passed away in 2021,
Oh,
but she
sorry.
was all into like natural remedies and eating healthy, and my mother-in-law's into that stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it's kind of been a part of our lifestyle for years.
Mm-hmm.
So my mother-in-law is the one who taught me how to make the sea moss gel.
Yeah.
So yeah, but there's nothing that can prepare you for that because I'm like, oh my gosh, like it was only my second mammogram. I'm
Mm-hmm.
only 41. I got,
Right.
I got kids, I got a husband, like, oh my goodness. So
Yeah.
they can tell you it's early stages, but most of us know someone who has passed away from some
Right.
sort of cancer. And so
Right.
that was my first thought, like it's over for me. Um, I couldn't even talk to the doctor. Like my husband, he scheduled all my appointments
You're
and
like, what else? Like, okay, breast cancer now, and you're trying to navigate being an autism mom,
mhm, yeah.
So all those, I'm sure all those feelings came out. Like, what is it?
Yeah,
Why? Right?
it did because my son was diagnosed. We got the official diagnosis in March. And so I had this whole plan on how the year was going to play out. Like he would be going to therapy at this time for this one. And then in the evening, we're going to do this one. And then when I got my diagnosis in June, and like everything just changed. But I did make a decision like, I have to take care of me first because
Mm-hmm.
I'm always putting the family first. But I'm like, no, I have to take care of me and I have to do what's best for me so that I can do all the other things that I do as a wife and a mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing is that you caught it early, so you didn't have to do chemo.
I didn't have to do chemo, but I did have to do radiation. And
Okay.
so that was not fun.
And it
Yeah.
was in both.
No, it was only in the left breast.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I did have a scare recently where they found something in the right one, and this was maybe, I know it was tax season earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's when there was like something came up on the mammogram, and I was
Right.
like, oh Lord, it's back. Oh goodness gracious. I was going through it, and I did talk about it on social media too.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to know that people will support you. Like even strangers will support you. Like from
Yes.
an authentic place, really.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, I have another podcast called What's Behind the Bra, and that's to bring awareness to women, to remind them to get your mammogram, self-exam. And I've raised money during the year. I have a website at www.behindthebra.org where people could donate, and I make care packages, comfort care packages, and I send it around the United States to other women that are battling breast cancer. So,
Oh,
you
nice.
know, I have a big movement on that one, but we're here on this one, a Heart of the Spectrum, where we're, just sitting down and hearing your story and how you're navigating through, being an autism mom.
Yes.
And how is he potty trained yet or no?
No, no. He has used the pot. So it is something that we are working on.
Mm-hmm.
But right now he gets very upset when you try to ask him to use the pot or when you sit him on it. So we've kind
Mm-hmm.
of taken a step back. So this is our second attempt.
Yeah.
So we'll keep trying.
Yeah. And the biggest thing with that is just, be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had a little girl in class last year, and the group of teachers, they weren't consistent. And then I had her again this year. And
Mm-hmm.
luckily we have the bathroom in our classroom. So we took her every 20 minutes, and she was 6. So within like 3 weeks, she was getting the hang of it. And we were amazed. But that every 20 minutes is a lot.
That's quite the commitment.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And you have to, parents have to also do it at home.
Yeah.
You keep a chart with the days and the time,
Yes.
and a little timer. You need a timer to remind you, you know, but you definitely, even if you do every half an hour.
Yeah, we were doing every hour. So
Mhm.
I mean, maybe we could try every half an hour.
Try every half an hour, but you
Woo.
gotta be consistent. And
Yeah.
I was amazed. I was like, because we didn't do that last year with her, and then this year, I have another TA, and she was like on it. This is what you do. This is how you do it. And within 3 weeks, like I wanted to cry. I was like, wow, like that really worked.
Okay. Well, thank
Yeah,
you for the advice.
yeah, yes. Do you have any other advice for mothers that are navigating through it right now, like not just potty training, but you know anything like dealing with Colby?
Um, I would say just work on your patience because you're gonna need
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And don't compare. I know I'm a part of like many forums and groups and stuff, so I see like the frustration and everything. And I think you can reach out to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like try to find support. Like I didn't intentionally seek support, but once I started talking about it on social media, then support found me.
Yes.
And so I had a lady reach out to me who I used to go to church with, Miss Donna, and she has a son with special needs, and she was just saying, in regards to your son, she was like, don't forget that even though he's 4 years old, like cognitively, he's not really that old, like up here.
Right.
So just, be patient with him and understand, like, because, we look at them and he is from, we think that well, I always try to assume that they understand everything because I don't really want to treat him differently.
Right.
but in some respects, you kind of have to
Mm-hmm.
treat them differently. And
Right.
so, the patients on that level, like, yeah, even though he's this certain age, maybe he really doesn't understand because maybe, he might still be dealing with a developmental delay.
Right.
So that's why I say, like, I would encourage the other parents to just be patient, never give up,
Yeah.
be consistent, keep trying. If you have them in, this speech therapy and you don't like it, try different speech therapy. Pay attention
Mm-hmm.
to your child, look at their body all
Yeah.
the time at bath time, look it over, make sure that there's no like scratches or bruises because that stuff can easily be missed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's probably scary, like a scary for moms or fathers or families. Like, like, are these people gonna treat my baby good? I hate to see those videos of people mistreating them.
Mm-hmm.
It tears my stomach up. Like, how can
Yeah, I
people do
can't
that?
argue.
So that must be scary as a parent.
Yeah, one of the scariest things that I did was when I sent him to school on the school bus. And so he was in, I forget what the program is called for Maryland, but he was pretty much in pre-K at the elementary school. And we
Mm-hmm.
do have the option to take him, but I said I want to see how he does on the bus. So with him being nonverbal though, at the time, it's really, really hard. So I look at, this reminds me of something too. Okay. So I look at his body language. What happens when he gets on? Like when they bring him back, is he okay? How is he acting? And so it actually ended up being a really good experience for him. Now,
Okay.
before he was in the school, he had a completely different experience. And I had put him in a daycare.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time we took him and dropped him off, it was fine. And when we picked him up, he was like running towards us.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, huh, okay. So I just paid attention. I make my little mental notes. And then because he was going every other day. And
Right.
then the next day when we took him, he didn't really want to go. And I was like, hmm. But I'm like, this is a new experience. He's never been to daycare before outside of, the babysitter. He's never been at an actual facility. I said, okay, he's acting a little different, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So the next week when we took him, he was like screaming, like he really did not want to go. So we ended up pulling him out. And to this day, we don't know what happened or what it was that he didn't like. But a few weeks later, we ended up finding a different daycare and it was further, but we dropped him off. He was fine. Picked him up. He was fine. Next day, dropped him off. Fine. Picked him up. He didn't want to leave. So that's why I say it's so important to pay attention to.
Pay attention. And another thing I noticed about them is they feel energy.
Mm-hmm.
They know when there's bad energy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they may not be able to express it, but if you watch them, because I watched the kids with another teacher, um, and I could tell that they pick up on her energy and they don't want to be around her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So yes, definitely feel that energy or look at your child and see how they interact with that
Mm-hmm.
particular person, you
Yeah.
know? So that's definitely scary. Like, do you look at you how do y'all look at the teachers and stuff? Like you try because you got to read them fast. You know what I mean? Like you don't really know these people that you're putting your
I
your,
know. I
your
know.
sons with. You
Yeah.
know?
And that's why I pray over every experience
Yeah.
because you don't know. And even with that teacher, that school that we pulled him out of, we ended up losing so much money because we had to pay for weeks in advance, and then you got to give a certain type of notice before you withdraw them from the program. But I didn't even care.
Yeah.
I didn't even care. But yeah, I just
I think there's a recent story on the internet where this mom put a camera on her baby. Did you see that
yeah,
one?
I saw that. I saw that. I just, oh gosh, it's so many stories on the internet.
Horrible. Some of them are horrible, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for the school that I'm in Bergen County Special Services in New Jersey, and when I work with these teachers, like I see so much love. that they have and patience.
Mm-hmm.
Like they love them and we love them like they're our own. Those are my babies, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So,
And I can tell, like with his teachers, he has some really, really nice teachers.
mm-hmm.
He's so happy to see them. Like even when I'm dropping them off, he'll happily get out the car, walk into the center. So I know if something was wrong, he would let me know.
Is there something you feel like I wish that teachers would do this or do that? Is there something like a message that maybe other teachers could like possibly do or think about when it comes to the kids? Or you pretty much happy with the way you
Yeah,
have things?
I think that to work with children on the spectrum, you definitely should have a heart for it. So I
Mhm.
wish that if you're a teacher and that's not your thing, don't do it.
That
Um,
part.
but you know what else I think that could be considered is when they have snacks at the
Uh-huh.
schools to try to do like like healthier snacks like gluten-free stuff.
Mhm.
And I know kids on the spectrum, a lot of them have, picky eating, but sometimes I'm like, I don't think you should be giving a child Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? So just maybe be more mindful of like
Do some research, right? Because a
yeah,
lot with us, the
right.
parents sent in the snacks, you know. And I remember a little boy, he used to have gluten-free Oreo cookies, and he loved them, you know.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
So you also let's move on to the next topic. You also help people become debt free, which you love. Like, how did you get into that line of work?
Oh, goodness. So I have been passionate about finances since a little girl. It's just always been fascinating to me how you can just take $1 and invest it and just see the return on, well, back then $1, but just over time, just being able to see how your money can grow.
Yeah.
And so with the debt free journey, um, I would say that I have always been like a saver
Mhm.
and I married a spender. And so,
Uh-huh.
which I'm very thankful for because we had a lot of fun together. We still do. And I just found myself in that. And I'm the person who handles like the finances and stuff like that, like
Mhm.
making sure the bills are paid. So like we had good credit, like that wasn't a problem, but it's like one day I just sat down and was like, okay, because I'm doing things. I'm saving for my retirement. I'm putting money to the side. I'm like, but it sure is a lot of money going out the door. Where's
Yeah.
all this money going?
Uh-huh.
And so I just had to sit down and look and just take a deep dive into the finances. And a lot of it was going to debt, TJ Maxx card, Macy's card, car
Mhm.
notes. We had financed furniture. And I'm like, okay. And then once I added up those monthly payments, I'm like, hold on, this is like majority of my check. We both make six figures. He's an auditor. I'm an accountant. I'm like, but I just feel broke. Like I can't move like how I want to move.
Mhm.
So that's when the debt free journey started. I was like, you know what? We getting out of debt and we getting out of debt fast.
Mhm.
And so we actually posted a series on YouTube about it.
Hey, I
At
see
the
that you
time,
guys have a podcast together, the little video to you have a
yeah,
room.
well that's newer, but this was back in 2020.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I was like, oh no, I think we started in 2019. Well, either way, I was like, we getting out of debt and we getting out of debt fast. And
Mhm.
so that's where it started. And we organized all of our debts, wrote everything down, and
Mhm.
we started paying it off from the smallest balance all the way to the largest balance. We tackled that one last. And so he actually started driving Uber Eats.
Mhm.
We got extra money and it was all going towards the debt. And so
Yeah.
we were able to pay off in 13 months, like maybe about, I think it was like 45,000, something like that. But
Wow.
we
Yeah,
were, we
I
were
know before.
hustling. Yeah, we were cutting back. I wasn't getting my nails done. Like we were doing everything. I was not playing. And so from there, shortly thereafter, I ended up leaving my corporate job because I realized, hold on, we can live off of one income. That's not what I wanted to do, because I was, once I saw we could live off of one income, I really wanted to save it and invest it. But it didn't end up happening that way because COVID was here and I was stressed out trying to homeschool the children.
Right.
And so um I ended up quitting my job. But I ended up building Baisden Accounting, which is our accounting firm where we do accounting, advisory, and taxes. I'm an enrolled agent with the IRS. I'm authorized to do taxes in all 50 states. I love it. Love numbers. And most recently, I'm getting ready to launch the Budget Lounge, which is where I'm going to help families get out of debt. Because so many people are overwhelmed, just like I was.
Yeah.
And I really want to help people get out of debt and reach their financial goals. I started the Budget Lounge, and it's an online community, and we're starting to have these conversations in the Budget Lounge. And I'm asking, what would your life look like if you were debt free?
Right.
People are like, I'd be able to travel. I wouldn't be worried about this bill, and so that's my work now. I'm very passionate.
Well, congratulations.
Budget Lounge. Thank you.
Congratulations, and I wish you many blessings on that journey.
Thank you.
I might have to tune in. So.
Yeah. We launched at the end of May. I haven't picked the exact date yet. But I don't have that much time left. So
yeah, and the May is next week.
I know.
No, but as long as you're working towards it, you know what I mean?
And
remember that, it doesn't have to be perfect, as long as you start,
Yeah.
Get it done. So after everything you've experienced, motherhood, autism, and advocacy, surviving breast cancer, and helping others financially, what legacy do you hope to leave behind?
Well,
because you have 3 other children, and
Yeah. Wow. What legacy do I want to leave behind? I just want people to look at my life and see that I was never perfect, but I really did the best that I could, and I got through it because I depended on the Lord. Like he really gave me the strength to get through this thing. So that would be the legacy. That would be one. I feel like there's multiple too, because then so that's like me as a person, like how I feel. But then also I would want people to know, just on the financial side, like I followed her, and something she said or something she did made me do something which changed something for me financially. So maybe people would say, man, I was debt free. I became debt free because of Miranda Baisden.
Right.
Or I'm able to spend more time with my children because of Miranda Baisden. Or even like I have patience with my child on the spectrum because I saw Miranda's journey as she did the holistic approach. So
That's beautiful. And so before we end, like, for Kobe and his future, like you have, because he's only 4, so you have so much learning and so many different obstacles coming. Like, what do you hope for his future?
Well, I do hope that he will speak one day, and he can tell us and communicate in that way, because I always wonder, like, what are you thinking?
Right.
So I do hope that for his future.
And it happens a lot.
Yeah, and God gives me dreams of where he's speaking. So I hope that for his future. I'm gonna be loud and proud about that. But I just pray that he gets the support that he needs, that he never wants for anything, that his father and I do the best that we can raising him, that he's surrounded by loving friends and family, and he can navigate this world just as he is.
Oh, that's beautiful. Do you have any last minute or messages that you would like to leave or end with?
Um, this has been great.
Yeah. They how can people find you?
Oh, you can find me on what's my handles? Instagram is Miranda.Baisden. TikTok is, I think it's just Miranda Baisden. I don't think it's a Miranda.Baisden. Facebook, Miranda Clark Baisden.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also, if you wanted like accounting or tax services, BaisdenAccounting.com.
Okay.
And then for the Budget Lounge, it's a link. It's not actually a web, not yet. It's not a website yet. So visit my either TikTok, Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
or Facebook, and my link is in my bio.
Right, right, right. So have a lot of people contact you since you went viral with
Oh my goodness. Yes. And it's so many different reasons that I have been DM'd. So I've been asked for marriage advice. There are people just expressing, like one woman expressed that she has a child on the spectrum and she hasn't told anybody. And
Mhm.
I'm just honored that you would feel comfortable to tell me. And
Right.
so I encouraged her. I've had people sending me DMs just talking about how they in debt and they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Um, I've had people message just saying, I want to make the relationship with my mother-in-law better. What
Mhm.
should I do? So
Yeah.
it's been a blessing, and I'm trying to get to each and every one of them, but there are thousands of DMs.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying though.
She's gonna get to you. I'm glad how did I sneak in there? I was able to get in there. Yay.
Yeah,
That was great, and I definitely appreciate you coming on Heart of the Spectrum.
thank you
Um
for having me. This was awesome, and I
yeah,
love I love your mission.
oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Please continue to share, because it helps other moms, it helps people understand, I'm so happy. I just feel like in 2026, I don't know, it's because I'm working in the school, but it just feels like so many people are coming out now. Like people were really frightened to talk about it, but by you talking about it and showing it, it's going to help other people, you
I
know?
hope so because I'm frightened too. Every time I'm like, oh gosh, should I post this? But I figure I'm helping somebody. So
Do you follow Darius the Simmon King? You gotta follow Irissa, his mom. She posts every day, and he is. I love him. You know,
okay,
and
I'm gonna
she
check out.
shows everything. I'll tag you in it, but I love what she's doing.
Yeah. Oh,
And
there's one more thing I have to tell you too,
yes,
because my son just ran in here to let me know. House of Baisden is my son Caleb's autism awareness T-shirt collection.
yes, because you were about to talk about that in the beginning. You forgot. Go, son. What's his name? What's his name?
Caleb. Caleb Baisden.
Caleb. How old is Caleb?
Caleb is 9.
9, and he's designing the shirts.
Well, we have a designer, but it's his idea.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we have different messages. So it'll say like I love someone with autism on the
Oh.
shirt. His says autism brother. And the way it launches that I have a shirt that says like autism mama. And
Mm-hmm.
he was like, I want a shirt, but we couldn't find any that had autism brother that were just real basic. Like sometimes, you know how earlier you talked about the puzzle pieces and the infinity
Yes.
signs and all that stuff. So the t-shirt collection is to show autism awareness, but also it's a simple, elevated look, everyday look. Yeah.
Okay.
Houseofbasin.com.
House of Basin down. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it
Yeah.
out. So okay, so what? And this was such an incredible conversation, And
Yeah, it
again,
was Monique.
yes, thank you so much. So today's episode was a reminder that strength comes in so many different forms through motherhood, through survival, through advocacy, and through simply showing up every single day for the people we love.
Mm-hmm.
Show up, be there for them. So again, it's a huge thank you, Miranda, for sharing your heart, your journey, And, as being an autism mom, your breast cancer survival story and the amazing work that you do helping others. Ah, we got the shirt. I love it. Yes, definitely. So, you're on the podcast. We're on YouTube. It's going to be everywhere. I hope that people reach out, and order, from you guys. And
Thank
I
you.
wish them the best. Tell them to keep doing it. Keep doing it. He's young too, and 9.
Yes, and he's not scared to come interrupt the podcast and give me the shirt.
He can come on. Where is he?
Oh, I think he's gone now.
Oh, he's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Caleb, if you're watching, you can come say hi. We'll see if he comes in here.
So continue to help others, build a better financial future and become debt free. Like that's really great what you're doing. Also, your story is so inspiring, and more people than you probably even realized.
Thank you.
Yeah, without a doubt. And to everyone watching or listening, thank you for continuing to support Heart of the Spectrum. This platform, is he here? Is he there? Hey. Hey, look at that beautiful hair. How are you?
Good.
Good. You want to tell us a little bit about your business? Tell us what do you do? Uh-oh, we got disconnected. She'll be right back in. Let's hold on for a second while she logs back in. But what do you guys think? I think that was great conversation. I'm so happy that I got to sit and talk with her. I think she's coming back in right now. Let me see. Here we go.
I don't know what happened.
That's okay. That's okay. So, did you want to tell us a little bit about your business, your t-shirt business?
Let me see. Oh, okay. It switched cameras on me. For some reason, my
You froze.
All right.
Are you there?
Yeah, my webcam stopped working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I as soon as I moved it, it stopped working.
Oh, okay.
You can say hi. Say
hi.
Hi.
You have continue doing your business. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right. So thank you again. And this platform was created to, for awareness, to bring awareness, acceptance, healing, and real conversations to families everywhere. I'm your host, Monique Bass. And please make sure you subscribe, to Heart of the Spectrum YouTube channel so we can continue this mission. Comment and share the episode with someone who may need the encouragement today, and don't be afraid to come out, people. Come out and share your story, and it's okay. Like, people have to accept, difference, people that are different. If you'd like to support our mission, collaborate, or learn more about our organization, please follow us on social media and stay connected as we continue to build a community where every voice matters and every story deserves to be heard. Until next time, I'm your host, Monique Bass, reminding you to lead with love, move with compassion, and never stop believing in the power of your story. Have a great afternoon and a great Memorial Day weekend. Good night.